Time for another little trip to Yosemite. This is normally when I'd be doing Half Dome, but combination of nobody wanted to do it this year and they put the cables up a week early. I have to go with a slightly different plan. Which honestly, after the nobody wanted to join me for Half Dome, this became my primary plan, and that is to hike Clouds Rest from the valley. We're here at the Wawona Lupin place. As you can see, there's some blooming. Saw a few dogwoods on the way in too. I'm blanking a little bit, but I think this is the South Fork of the Merced River. Seems about right. It's been such a dry year. It's still flowing pretty good this early. See some interesting flowers over there I don't recognize. A few of them on the other side of the river. Unfortunately, there's a couple over here too. Looks like he's growing right out of the water. Driving out now to see Hetchy, see how well it survived the rim fire last year. This meadow looks pretty green. You can see some burn scars on some of the trees. It's almost like the grass through here just burned and new stuff just sprung up immediately. It's been kind of typical driving through here so far. No significant moonscapes yet. There's sometimes only one side of the road is burned and the other side's nice and green still. Guy just stopped here in the middle of the road. There's a bear over there. I guess he's gone now. Oh, there he is. I see him. Wow, a bear in Yosemite. Here we are on the dam. See some more burned trees over there, but not too bad. You can kind of see where that rock slide was too. Like it broke off there and crashed down there. Not too much burn damage over here. Guess this is the side the fire came from. Still looks plenty brushy over there towards Kolana Rock. Some fire damage here in the shade. So you can definitely tell the fire was here. These trees got a little singed, but they're alright. Still green up on top. And of course, what springs up after a fire? Poodle dog bush. I think that's what this stuff is. Well, some of it sure doesn't look like it just grew this year. Anyway, I'm not touching it to find out. Got some flow here. Some more poodle dog bush down there. Definitely don't remember seeing that here before, though. It's like the thistles are coming out. Also seen some of the wild hyacinths, too. They're the ones who were in front of me and saw the bear. Just made the turn. Found a lot of the harvest rhodea over here. Just missed the bee. Things look a little more burned in here. One thing that didn't burn apparently was all the monkey flowers. Like we've got the Wapama Falls rainbow going on again. Passing Twilala Falls. I guess that's where the rock broke loose. Definitely snapped a few trees. trail's definitely bad in some spots, but maybe they've been working on it and getting ready to reopen it soon. Interesting how the trees are shaved off over here, but leveled here. Must have been something to see. Back to the dam. Definitely a good time to do this hike. There's a lot in the shade on the way out and even more on the way back. Alright, it's about 3:30. I'm on my way, and here we go. That's interesting. It says they're still down. Didn't see any signs saying you need a permit either. Well, we'll see. These guys are certainly becoming a regular sighting along here. Nice big one. Already getting pretty light. Actually, my GPS just went to daylight mode, so I guess the sun has risen. Not here yet. Here's Sunrise Creek, where I just got filled up on water. Wasn't probably necessary because I think the trail to Clouds Rest gets closer to this again. But since I'm unfamiliar with it and I could use the training weight, I filled up both my bottles. So now up we go. Well, I guess they put that sign up. A couple of people passed me earlier that said they did get permits, so I guess it's for real. Time to head on over this way. .3 to go. Getting some new views now for a change. Trail over here is pretty flat. There's Mount Star King. I did see Mount Clark, but he's behind those trees now. Here's the junction. Thinking I might try and make a loop out of this. Come back this way. But for now, I'll go this way. Well, after the junction, the trail's just been a relentless uphill grind, which is fine. We got elevation we need to gain, so we're not screwing around. This is probably steeper than the climb out of Little Yosemite Valley. At about 8,000 feet now. Probably above the bottom of the steps. It looks like the quarter domes are less than a half a mile away this way. So I think I'll go check them out while I'm here. Just about there. Some minor bushwhacking. If you couldn't find a clear way through these bushes. And I went a little bit too high above this little saddle point right here. It's a pretty impressive view of this face of Clouds Rest, though. Quarter domes east, the higher one. I'm standing on the high point, but I bet if I walk towards the edge I can get a good look down into Tenaya Canyon. There's the one that's going to get away. There's Mount Star King. That's Mount Clark over there. Unfortunately, the sun is right behind Clouds Rest, so I can't get a good view of it. Besides, it's all in the shade. Boy, it was such a gentle approach from this side. Thought we'd have an opportunity for this. Ooh-wee. So that's Tenaya Canyon. Kind of see the big waterfall over there too. I guess that's the upper part. And the lower part. Have to come by here again when it's in the sun. Another time probably. I see a couple people over there. clear of snow. Unfortunately, not clear of rangers. It's like a fairly easy walk over to the other one. Guess I'll pay it a visit too. Well, there's the east one. I'm now on the west one. Definitely have to come back and pay these guys a visit. More in the middle of the day. There's the Snow Creek Cascade. Not quite the view I'm used to from Half Dome. And yeah, I think it's safe to say no fires today. Should be my first time up on Clouds Rest without a fire. Even though last year's was not much of a difference maker. I think that's Liberty Cap right there. Some great rock climbing routes on that, I hear. Class 3 from this side. Looks sort of easy enough. And of course, Star King. And Clark. I don't know what back there. Those might be the Pinnacles there. And there's Clouds Rest finally. This one was a little steeper coming up this way. As you can see, it's a little more gentle over there on the eastern one. Neither summit block was terribly hard, but I'd say this one's a little easier. Well, it's a little intimidating if you use that step out there. Because it's kind of on the edge. Okay, so you might stop there. Sure is another big rock over there. Alright, looks like I came back in about the same spot. GPS really helps with that. So now I can continue the upward climb. Found a little spring. There's some more water coming out of the ground over there. Some of it goes down the hill, and some of it has started to run down the trail. Now begin a series of short switchbacks. As we're climbing up this hill, switchbacking through the bushes. Half Dome's getting shorter. Should only about be 300 feet higher than me right now. It's a pretty pretty nice granite slab over here. The switchbacks always seem to be turning away from it the last minute. So I bet that would make a nice alternate ascent if you don't like switchbacks. Looks easy enough to do. Well, I guess easy in the sense that you won't be whacking through bushes. It's a little steep. But the views are great from it though. Or I guess you can just wait a little bit along the trail if you want views. I think we're done switchbacking for now. About to cross beneath this big hunk of rock that you can see. That might be the lower of the two pinnacles. Pretty impressive dome. Kind of hard to call this a pinnacle, but oh well. Should be about at the summit of Half Dome right now, which means 1,100 feet to go. Just past 9,100 feet. Here's the first snow patches. At least ones that were along the trail. I saw some on the north side of the quarter domes. Up there is the higher pinnacle. And back over there is the lower one. After eating a bar, I think my energy's coming back, so I think I'll give them a try too. Alright, well here's the easier one. Looks, I'm hoping, doable. Bob said it was class 3, but not too hard. That got a little interesting. Ran into a few dead ends or stuff I didn't like. I guess that's the high point. Higher than these other rocks around here by an inch or two. There's the rest of the ridge. I think I see Merced Lake out there. Was a possible secondary target for today, but that would have made for quite an epic. Something I don't think I'm quite ready for yet this season. There's Half Dome and the quarter domes. Time today. That higher one's going to be a bit tougher, I hear. So this is what you get to look forward to climb up here. Not too hard. For me, I think going up, the hardest part was right up here. There's a nice ledge right there that I can get my knee up on. That helped boost me up the rest of the way. But I had to do so carefully because of this big overhang here. Once up there though, the rest is pretty easy. For me anyway. Interesting getting to see different faces of Cloud's Rest. This looks like it'd be a fun shoot. Except for that little bit at the bottom, who knows what's down there. So I guess that's the Sawtooth Ridge way out there. Sure looks like it could be. So here's the east one. Looks a little intimidating. I think this is the side that Bob was not able to come down. So I don't really think I want to try to go up it. You can sure see the layers of granite though. Very interesting. Well, I think I'm almost there. I remember Bob describing a face on this pinnacle as big exposure and juggy holds. I think that's what I found myself on right now. It's pretty steep, but there's plenty of little divots in here. But oh my gosh, don't let go. I made it. Definitely hesitated a couple times on this one. Getting down is going to be lots of fun. There's the other pinnacle. And here I was worried there might be snow up here getting in my way. There's some snow, but it wasn't in the way. That would have been a nice excuse to bail off. But I persevered. Cloud's Rest looks puny. A cinch. Trail all the way to the top. Definitely been a fun day so far. Provided, of course, that going down goes as well as going up. How about this one? There's a difference this time, though. Down there, you can see all the little holes. That's what I gotta go back across. Bob said he didn't find a register up here, but I did. Dates back to the 80s. Well, there's probably a reason why he didn't find it. Looks like it jumps from 87 to 2012. So maybe somebody had taken it and then they put it back. Fortunately, there was an empty page for me. And another half a sheet for the next person. I think I'm down from the harder part. I got a little bit stuck here in these two footholds. I wasn't able to find this guy right down here. That little foot area right there was the key to getting down the rest of the way. And by the rest of the way, I mean here to where I'm standing. I still gotta go what's behind me. I'm hanging on right now with my other hand. See, that's all the farther I have to go. I'm not shaking because I'm scared, I'm shaking because I'm a little hungry probably. Whew, I'm back on the other side. Even the ending of that wasn't too fun, or kind of scary. And on the way up, this proved to be a little bit challenging too. Gotta go right up there. And then across the top up there. All the while you're staring at this face here going, how in the heck is anything gonna work on here? But you just poke your head around the side over there, and a very scary but very doable route presents itself. Alright, time to get down. 0.6 to go. Here's the bypass. What does that say? Oh, Forsyth Trail. And I'm starting to see some more people. I guess the crowd has caught up with me. What little crowd there is going to Cloud's Rest. Just about there. Carrying on a nice little conversation with these people, so the time's going quick. Almost there. Less than 200 feet away. And there's my Pinnacles. Easy in the distance, hard in the front. Well, there he went. Anyway, I'm here. Good old Cloud's Rest. A few people up here. And of course, excellent scenery. The problem with Cloud's Rest is it's so broad, you can't see the whole panorama from one spot.
If you got up, there was a couple that went up, left the campground at 3:30 this morning, so I think they
There's Merced Lake.
I can't believe that I didn't know it.
Definitely have to go there someday, but probably just by itself.
With the exception of these, I'd like to come out with 0 food.
I think those are the Echo Peaks. There's Tenaya Lake, where hopefully Joel will be driving by in a couple hours, if not sooner. It's about 1 o'clock right now.
What was that?
I guess that's Matterhorn.
A swift there. Yeah. They're supposed to be faster than. Did you get the picture of the swift? Wouldn't that be funny if it were in there?
On 108.
I can see something shiny over there. It's probably some parked cars. That should be Olmsted Point.
Each time you're not making all that for.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to be doing Mount Clark right about now. Bob suggested that to me as an alternate challenge for today. That's an awful lot of snow up there still.
Means you're almost back home. Yeah, that means you're pretty much there. Just turn on the heater.
I think those twin summits in the distance are Lyell and McClure.
I think a lot more elevation. Yeah. You start at 4. Oh, really? I like 4. Oh, wow. Yeah. Long elevation.
Definitely a lot of backcountry to see in this park.
More elevation gains than the house.
A little bit more snow off this side of Clouds Rest. Over in the trees too, I can see. Definitely a lot more snow on this side. Well, that was fun. Kind of came straight down the mountain and realized the trail was veering over this way. Then I realized again it was veering back at the bottom. So I just kept going straight down and I met up at the trail right about here at this saddle. So now back to a little bit of uphill. I think I've passed the last saddle now. Should begin descending. A lot of post holing over there. So far, just once I went all the way down to my hip. A lot of people coming this way too. So that sign says 11.7 to the valley. That's where I came from. And the one over there says 11.0. So yay, I guess. Not going this way today. Trail started off, didn't know whether to go up or down. But now it's definitely going down. And all of a sudden a little stream popped up over here. Of course it is on the GPS data, so I guess that's expected. Nice to see it actually there. Should I need more water. Trail continues to drop pretty steeply. I should be below Half Dome now. And I think the snow has finally gone away. And when the snow goes away, what comes out? Snowflowers. Some pretty healthy looking ones. two are coming out. Plus 5 more over here. There's another one all by himself. He looks to be pretty big. Just starting to open. Interesting bits of black and white besides the red. Trail seems to have flattened out now. He's now following, this says it's Sunrise Creek. Looks bigger than when I see it. Just above Little Yosemite Valley. And by the way, that other stream I was following has merged into this now. And I thought the snow was all gone, but apparently not. Though it hasn't been a problem yet down here. Here comes Sunrise Creek. It looks like the trail crosses it right here, just before another stream comes in from the side. Look at that, there's actually some small fish in Sunrise Creek. Should be running into the John Muir Trail here shortly. So I guess that was the Forsyth Trail I was on. Kept wanting to call it that, but I couldn't find any reason to. I think this is supposed to be the John Muir Trail, but it calls it the Sunrise Trail. Calls it the John Muir Trail down here, though. 8.7 to go. Wow, that was a quick 1/10 of a mile. So that's where I came from. And that does say it's the John Muir Trail. And I guess if I were headed to Merced Lake, this is the way I would go. And we're back down here. 6.2 to go. Battery's almost dead, so it's probably going to be an instant jump to the bottom. I'm back. Finished about 6:13. So there's the ending stats after having stopped by my cabin already and come back to plug the camera in. A little suspicious of those miles, partially because of that maximum speed. I don't know where it got that from.